Taylor Swift's recent engagement to NFL superstar Travis Kelce has had the world buzzing. With a reported net worth of roughly $1.6 billion, she significantly outpaces Kelce's estimated $90 million in financial clout. Understandably, legal experts and media commentators are now weighing in, almost in unison, suggesting that Swift consider a prenuptial agreement to safeguard her massive fortune before tying the knot. Prenups have long carried a subtly controversial aura, seen as unromantic or lacking trust. But recently, perceptions have shifted. Especially among millennial women, signing a prenup is increasingly framed as empowering, financially savvy, and emotionally mature. In Swift's case, it's not just about marriage, it's about shielding a multifaceted empire that includes her music catalog, touring revenue, brand endorsements, and diverse real estate holdings. This article explores the legal, cultural, and personal dimensions behind the swirling advice. Why Swift is advised to sign, what such an agreement might entail, what it reveals about broader shifts in society, and what implications this could carry, for her, for Kelce, and for public perception of high-profile marriages. Lawyers emphasize that the pronounced gap in net worth makes a prenuptial agreement prudent. Kara Krobik of Bespoke Law points out. Taylor is worth around $1.6 billion, and Travis has about $90 million, a huge difference. A prenup would spell out what remains exclusively Swift's, like her touring income, brand partnerships, streaming deals, and her prized music catalog, and what stays separate for Kelce, like his NFL contracts, sponsorships, and his New Heights podcast. The agreement could strongly delimit use of the other's name, image, and likeness, preventing mutual exploitation in case of a separation. Given their fame, non-disparagement clauses and NDAs are considered essential, especially since Swift often uses personal experiences in her music, and Kelce is approaching the twilight of his NFL career. It's advisable to clearly define which states' laws apply. This can significantly affect asset division and enforceability. Together, these reasons suggest an ironclad prenup isn't cynical. It's about protecting legacies, careers, and privacy. Modern American women are increasingly taking the lead in initiating prenups. Platforms such as First and Hello Prenup report that approximately half of their prenup clients are women, a strong indicator that prenups are becoming normalized and even empowering. This shift reflects broader economic changes. 45% of American women are now household breadwinners, compared to just 14% in 1967. Interestingly, prenups are becoming more common. 15% of currently married or engaged individuals had prenups in 2022, up from only 3% in 2010. Among celebrities, prenups have become part of the public eye, making such agreements feel less taboo, famously normalized through high-profile cases like the Kardashians. Swift, the epitome of financial independence and biz savvy, fits this mold perfectly. The advice she's receiving isn't about mistrust. It's branded as pragmatic and forward-thinking. Keep Swift's $400 million music catalog, $370 million touring earnings, and $80 million real estate portfolio clearly separated define how earnings, like Swift streaming deals and live performances, or Kelce's podcast and endorsements, are treated if earned during marriage. Restricting the use of each other's name, image, likeness, especially in promotional efforts or future projects, would be critical. Both individuals are global brands themselves guarding creative content. Swift's songwriting often draws on personal life. Non-disparagement clauses and NDAs may even limit her from writing about Kelce post-divorce or vice versa. Clauses would limit public disclosures, particularly useful for artists or athletes who live in the spotlight. Arbitration clauses could keep proceedings private, circumventing a public breadth like the Depp-Heard fallout. Given both parties' wealth, the prenup might eliminate spousal support entirely, or set strict conditions under which it applies. Sunset clauses could set expiration or review timelines, e.g., after a decade of marriage, terms adjust or expire. While speculative, Hello Prenup has suggested that celebrity prenups now might include embryo disposition provisions, covering what happens to frozen embryos if the marriage ends. Use trusts, LLCs, or other structures to separate business entities and shield them from marital claims. Estate clauses waiving spousal rights, or prescribing inheritance distribution, can coexist with the prenup. Collectively, such a prenup would be broad in scope, deeply detailed, and purpose-built to reflect their unique celebrity, wealth, and careers. She doesn't need our advice. A pointed critique in MarketWatch highlights that legal commentary targeting Swift may be self-serving or patriarchal. Journalists and lawyers are leveraging her fame for attention, rather than genuine concern. The reality, they argue, is that Swift likely already has a robust, sophisticated legal and financial team in place. This perspective underscores that while discussion of her prenup is high profile, it may say more about media attention than her personal readiness. Earlier reports indicated that Kelce is willing to sign a prenup, partly because his team sees it as protecting his business ventures. Sources in 2024 suggested that a prenup was a condition for engagement, that, no prenup, no wedding. It's plausible that both sides are collaborating in good faith, seeing the prenup as a foundational step rather than an obstacle. A generational shift in marriage planning. Taylor Swift's prenup conversation symbolizes a broader cultural shift, women leading prenup discussions, embracing financial autonomy, and recasting prenups as smart planning rather than romance breakers. Fans view Swift's moves as part of her empowered era, a billionaire musician managing her brand and life with intention. Tabloid chatter about assets and prenups meets admiration from many, celebrating her fiscal prowess. Celebrity prenuptial negotiations often become templates for everyone else. Lawyers now cite the Swift-Kelce scenario as a high-profile case study, pushing prenups into mainstream discourse. Here's how such a prenup negotiation might unfold: disclosure and inventory. Full financial disclosure of assets, liabilities, and projected growth. Legal representation. Both sides engage independent counsel, a legal necessity for enforceability. Negotiation of terms. Delineate premarital versus marital assets. Define income sharing. Set brand, image, and confidentiality clauses. State choice. Decide which jurisdiction's law governs, critical given varying state rules. Drafting and timing. Sign well ahead of the wedding to avoid claims of undue pressure. Review and sign off. Both parties must understand and agree. Complete transparency is essential. Amendments and sunset clauses. Include triggers for review or expiration, especially as careers evolve. For Taylor Swift, reinforces her status as a strategist who protects her creative and financial autonomy. For Travis Kelce, positions him as cooperative, business-savvy, and on equal footing, even in the face of wealth disparity. Cultural implications. Adds fuel to reshaping expectations around marriage, money, and celebrity. Fans and media. The topic may inspire deeper conversations about asset protection, legal literacy, and marital planning, even among non-celebrities. At its core, advice for Taylor Swift to sign a prenuptial agreement is less about divorce and more about clarity, respect, and preparedness. It reflects a changing cultural landscape where romantic narratives honor practical realities. Her case highlights how preparation and financial governance can go hand in hand with love, especially when careers, wealth, and anonymity are all at stake. Whether Swift and Kelce finalize an agreement or not, the discussion itself signals a shift toward healthier, more transparent partnerships, regardless of income or fame.